What's up guys, my name is Pronunciation. Welcome back to the Movie Geek channel. And I'm very sorry for the lack of videos for this month of December, just because I've been busy with school and with the first semester exams. And as I'm recording right now, I just got out from school, so I'm in a winter break. So that's a great relief that I'm finally taking a break from school, getting minds of things and focusing on movies and Christmas and spend time with my family. And of course, in the middle of that, Star Wars The Last Jedi came out on Thursday, showing December 14, which I went 6 o'clock p.m. with my friend, and then I saw it for a second time because this is a film that is too much to take in, that I need to rewatch this movie so I have more time to think about this movie, because I was not prepared for the first time viewing. Now with the second time viewing, now I have much to think about this movie. And of course I'm talking about the Star Wars The Last Jedi, directed by Rian Johnson and starring Daisy Ridley, John Boyega, Oscar Isaac, Laura Dern, Benicio del Toro, Adam Driver, Mark Hamill, and unfortunately the late great Carrie Fisher. Now I want to talk about my thoughts on this movie, my overall opinions about this movie. And I'm very fascinated by this movie because this movie has had a lot of different opinions, a lot of very divisive opinions about this movie. Some people hated this movie, some people like the movie, some people think it's okay, some people love this movie, and I'm a few majority of people who love this movie. The main reason I love this movie is so different and new and unique, how different from other Star Wars films that I have seen for the past few years. For example, The Force Awakens is mostly a rehash of The New Hope, which that's one of the most biggest flaws in this movie. And The Last Jedi is something new and taking risk that they're approaching that is very new and unique, and something that is different from any other Star Wars film that I have seen over the years. And that's why Rian Johnson put it up, because he wanted to do something that is very different, and he knows what he's doing in the Star Wars lore, because he wants to make the story continuation, but at the same time going a different approach than just rehashing Empire Strikes Back, which I'm so glad they did not do that route to rehash Empire Strikes Back. Just do the risk route, so do something different. So that's pretty cool. And the best part of this movie is there's so many different character story arcs. Mainly they've been focusing so much on Ben Solo's story arc in this movie, which is one of the best parts of this movie. I love Adam Driver's performance of Ben Solo, aka Kylo Ren. Super complex, super realistic in the way that Kylo Ren is broken. Basically, he's mental. He is a madman. He's crazy, but at the same time, you kind of rooting for him in a way that I was so invested to this character, Ben Solo. Just like The Force Awakens, like, who is this character? I want to know who his backstory is. And we finally get the backstory from The Force Awakens, but we're continuing what from character development from Ben Solo, which is an amazing thing, because he's one of the best villains from Star Wars since Darth Vader, just because he a character that we cared and invested in. It's just, he's not a one or two dimensional character. He's a 3-dimensional character that is portrayed very well written and very well performed by Adam Driver. And same goes Rey, played by Daisy Ridley, who I adore the character of Rey. What a wonderful, strong female character, which I need more of that in any film, because I am a supporter of strong female character, and she is one of the best strong female character, and we rooting for her throughout the whole movie. Why she wants to become like a Jedi like Luke Skywalker, why she believes the good, and why she understands the good, why she wanted to understand Luke Skywalker. And I thought her performance was wonderful in this movie. And of course you got John Boyega, who is fantastic in this movie, very likable character. You also got Oscar Isaac as Poe Dameron, who is also very likable, and one of the two favorite new characters. I love those characters. But we gotta talk about the two actors who were wonderful, and at the same time accelerating performance by Mark Hamill and Carrie Fisher. First off, Mark Hamill. Luke Skywalker is one of my favorite characters throughout the Star Wars mythos. I love Luke Skywalker. This is the reason he's a hero. He is a charming, likable character. In here, this is very different Luke Skywalker. He is more broken, more, how do you say this, more away from the Jedi, I'll say that. He is more different from anything that he stopped believing being a Jedi. Basically, he's broken, he is feared, he is afraid. And I love his portrayal as Luke Skywalker from Mark Hamill. He gave such a gravity performance, very emotional, very powerful, very, you know, I was very excited to finally see him, hear him speak. And he is literally broken. There's some great funny moments in this movie, and it's just, I adore Mark Hamill's performance. It's very emotionally powerful. But we gotta talk about Carrie Fisher. Her last role, her last film. I mean, it was so sad to see her like forgetting. Oh my God, I forgot. She is no longer with us. This is her last film, and she gave a wonderful performance. Without a doubt. I have no idea how they're gonna do it from episode 9. They're probably gonna do a time jump. That's make more sense. It's just a wonderful performance by Carrie Fisher. Love her as General Leia. One of the best parts of this movie is the cinematography. The way they use the cinematography in here is wonderful. It looks beautiful. Each imagery that they've shown, it's like a painting, like a screensaver that I want to save from my computer. It's a wonderful cinematography, as well as very well directed by Rian Johnson, which I'm a fan of. I love Looper. And the action scene is very fun, exciting, intense, and there's so many great satisfying moments in this movie. I was, you know, take my breath. There's so much to take in from this movie, from each scene, and so much moment, very great, good fanboy moments in this movie that just took me by surprise. And there's so many surprises going on, and I really invested the character of Supreme Leader Snoke in this movie, just because I still want to see or learn his backstory of Snoke. And I think Andy Serkis did a great job portraying the character of Snoke. Still a very mysterious character to be honest. I want to say that it's very improved from The Force Awakens. The score of The Force Awakens felt a little bit rushed, to be honest. But in here, the score doesn't feel rushed anymore. Thank God. They take a lot of time to make the score great. And John Williams, what can you say about this guy? He is a maestro. He is one of my favorite composer of all time. He's just a legend to me, and his score in this movie is beautiful, and I'm definitely buying the soundtrack as I can. Hopefully my Christmas money, so I'm gonna get a soundtrack, and I really want to hear the whole soundtrack because I adore the soundtrack in this movie better than The Force Awakens, in my opinion. And also the practical effects. The practical effects is unbelievable, and the CGI looks stellar. I think they took their time making visual effects finish, and it looks unbelievable. And I'll say the pork in this movie, I bought this pork just because, why not? I mean, they're adorable. They're not annoying. Thank God. Just like BB-8 was also owned, they're not annoying. The porks are adorable and funny in this movie. Now, the cons. I'll say this. This movie has some serious pacing issue going on. There's a moment that's very slow at trying to get into it, and it's just, for a second viewing, it's kind of, I appreciate how the movie now, because now I like it even more than the first viewing. But also the pacing issue is like, it's just, it needs to be fixed. That's what I'm trying to say. And also there's some character that's very underused, kind of wish I want to give him more liberty on it. And also there's some jokes that did not hit. I'll just say that there's some jokes that did hit that made me laugh, but there's some jokes that did not hit that kind of sucks, to be honest. That's pretty much the cons. The cons are mostly nitpicking, but but the pros outweighs the cons in my opinion. And I forgot to mention one of my biggest cons is the Canto Bite scene with Rose and Finn. I do like the character Rose. She's not the problem in this movie. I do like the character. It's just the scenes with them on Canto Bite. It need to cut out. It's not necessary to be part of the movie. But I understand why the movie is in the movie. The scene is in the movie because it's connected to the third act of the movie, and the third act of the movie is epic. I love it. But that Canto Bite is like, it's too dull, it's too boring, too Earth-like. And I appreciate the practical effects and the visual effects, but it's too dull. The scene's very boring to me. It's just, can you take me back to Ben Solo scene or Rey scenes instead of this scene with Finn and Rose? It's just, I kind of wish that wasn't in the movie, in my opinion. That's my thoughts and opinions about the Star Wars The Last Jedi. As you can tell, I love this movie, but there's flaws in this movie. There's a lot of problems in this movie. That it's not a nearly perfect movie, but it's a very well written and directed and performed movie, and it's a great movie, very different from any Star Wars movie, and I appreciate how different it is, how unique and new it is from this movie. And of course, when the Blu-ray comes out, just like I did with the Force Awakens Blu-ray review, link below if you want to see my Force Awakens Blu-ray review. I do a lot of in-depth Blu-ray review. So when the Last Jedi Blu-ray comes out, I'm gonna do in-depth on that. Instead of a spoiler-free review, which is this one, I'm gonna do a spoiler review for the Blu-ray review of the Last Jedi, and also I'm gonna talk about the special features. So really excited. I don't know when that Blu-ray comes out, probably 3 months. So I'm really excited to get the Last Jedi on Blu-ray so I can finally talk spoilers, because I'm not a spoiler person, so I just wait months before everybody see this movie. Obviously, everybody see this movie. So comment below, what do you think of this movie? Did you hate it? Did you like it? Did you love it? Did you thought it was okay? I hope you enjoyed this review, and sorry for the lack of videos. And please subscribe if you're new to this channel. I have a lot of content, especially Blu-ray reviews. And I'll see you guys next time. And may the Force be with you.